July 27th, 2026. Had an interesting day in the market because we had a quadruple critical level today. Interesting, very interesting. What is a critical level in general? What does that mean? Well, a good example of a critical level would be the previous day's high, denoted by that dashed red line there. The previous day's low, the dashed blue line. And these are examples of critical levels. And the same goes with the previous week highs and lows, which are denoted by the purple lines. So these are critical levels that we pay attention to because there's a lot of orders that are resting there. Another word for that is liquidity, which is the thing that drives the market. And not all the time, but most of the time. And so anyway, we got our critical levels. And what happened today? We had 4 critical levels close to each other at the same time. That's crazy. That's rare. That's crazy. We had the weekly low, the weekly low, the weekly close, and the previous day's low and the previous pre-market low. So these blues and purples. And look at how the price reacted to this level today. Look, you can see it. Everybody can see it. Look at it now, even in the aftermarket. So anyway, we're going to get over the alignments that happened today and see what trades you could have taken. We're going to use a 3-minute execution time frame, and we're going to skip the first hour of the market. We're not even going to worry about the first hour of the market. So we're going to go straight to 9:30, which is right here. Here's 9:30. What's happened today at 9:30, 1 hour into the market? Well, our 1 hour momentum is crossing over to the downside. Our 15 is just perfectly strong. And we've had a huge sell-off. We've had a straight-up textbook sell-off, okay, up until this point, 9:30. So here's where I start trading. Right now I'm not trading the beginning of the market, and I'm going to talk about that before I end the video. But we're starting this right here at 9:30. So now we're going to wait for the next alignment to occur on a 3-minute chart. Okay, the next alignment and momentum. We want the momentum to pull back, and then we want it to realign to what side? To the downside. Everything's going down. We're looking for short opportunities. So we want the momentum on the execution time frame, our 3-minute chart in this case. We want it to pull back and then realign. We want the price to pull back to fair value. We want it to be near VWAP, which is this purple line right here. This bright purple line right here. I'm going to turn up the brightness on it, in fact. So this bright purple line, we want the price to retrace back to this VWAP, or we want it to retrace back to our EMA line. That's what we want. We want a fair price. We don't want to be doing all this overextended nonsense, because if it's overextended, it's overextended. It's more likely that there's going to be a pullback, hence not a continuation. So 9:30 is right here. This is where I start trading. I wait for the next pullback to the EMA or the VWAP, and that happens right here. Now we've pulled back to the VWAP and EMA matrix, and also to this quadruple critical level, let me remind you. So I wait for the MACD to realign to the downside, which happens right here at 10:12. At 10:12, right there, we get a realignment to the downside. And if you're using a 1-to-1 framework, either with the candle high or maybe the previous candle, if you're using a 1-to-1 framework, that would have hit and been a win right there. Actually captured a 1-to-3. But if you're just going for a 1-to-1, that is your win. That's your first setup of the day, and it was, in fact, a win. Now, notice the 15 MACD is pulling away from us. Okay? If it pulls away from us too much, we're not even interested. We don't want it to be we don't want the momentum on the 15 to be going against us. We want the momentum on the 15 to be going with us. Okay? So when I took this trade today, yeah, it was pulling back a little bit, but it was still at its maximum strength technically, and this is the first retracement of the day, first fair value retracement of the day. So that's why I took that trade right there. The next realignment that happened today was here, but that's not anywhere near the EMA line, and our 15 is now super weak, so we're not even interested. So we go forward. Okay, when's the next realignment? Next realignment happens right here at 11:15. But what the 15 is still weak. We're not even interested. So we don't have any more interesting trades for the rest of the day. That's what I'm trying to get you to realize. When in the rest of the day, when is the 15-minute momentum going to the downside? When? Look right here. When? It happens here later on in the day. At the end of the day, I don't even trade the last 1 to 2 hours of the market, so I'm not even worried about this. So there was no more alignments for the rest of the day. There was only one alignment for today, July 27th, and it was at 10:12 a.m. And it's denoted by this alignment channel right there. And with all of that being said, I hope you have a good one. Take care now.